All right. So what do we have for the box office numbers this past weekend?
This weekend was another extremely lucrative weekend. For the box office and in the theater, because Barbie came at number 1 with 93 million.
Killing it.
In its second weekend. That is a 43% drop. And the movie has made 351 million in the US domestically. And how many days is that? 10 days since it's been open?
Oh, don't ask me.
Like that is crazy. And then worldwide, it's made 781 million.
Damn.
Worldwide. So by this time next week, it's going to be pretty close, if not at $1 billion, if it keeps this momentum, obviously.
Isn't that
so
crazy?
That's nuts.
Crazy.
Like, I don't think anybody saw this coming. I know that Warner Brothers did not see this coming for sure.
I just want to know, like, what Greta thinks, like, what the cast thinks. Like, what do they think about this success?
I don't know. They can't talk about it, though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think they're allowed to talk about it.
That's crazy.
I mean, they have to be proud of themselves, for doing it. But at the same time, they're probably hearing all the negativity and stuff as well. And they're probably like, but I'm sure that's a minority. The problem with negativity is it's usually
it speaks loud. Yeah.
It's a loud minority of people that are talking. Obviously, people are enjoying this film. And I do think it's funny that a lot of people said this is going to have a big drop off in the second weekend because it was getting all this negative buzz. And I was like, nobody cares about a few people speaking negatively on the movie. Nobody cares about Ben Shapiro talking about Barbie. Everybody's enjoying this movie. So
yeah, and I mean, I will say too, like, people are going to see it multiple times.
Yeah,
like I even know, like, when I was at work, you can have your own opinion about if you think you should take a kid to see this movie or not. But when I was at work, a mom came in with her daughter, and she was probably 10 or something. And she had a Barbie shirt on. And so somebody asked her, oh, did you go see Barbie? And she was like, yeah, I've seen it 3 times. She's gone with a bunch of different friends each time.
Damn.
Yeah. So.
And another interesting thing, I'll bring this up real quick and then I'll go back to the box office. But
I like this picture.
I like it too because it has the little funny Nolan Batman down there.
It's pretty funny.
Christian Bale Batman. Sorry. But Barbie outpaces The Dark Knight for WB's biggest first week. That's insane. And I don't know what the highest grossing Warner Brothers movie is. It might be The Dark Knight. I guess it probably is since they're writing this.
Right.
But it looks like Barbie is going to be the most successful Warner Brothers movie of all time. And yeah, I don't know, but it's still incredible what this movie's done. I mean, it's, for sure. You have to, if you like it or you don't like it, this movie it's good for business. It's good for the movies and the movie theater. So you have to appreciate it for that.
Those movie theater experiences, like you don't get those all the time where people are going to the theater and wearing themed stuff, all pink, and getting a bunch of people together to go.
I'm just happy to see it not revolve around Disney properties,
right?
Like Star Wars and Marvel. Yeah, it's Barbie.
Yeah,
but I'm just happy to see it not be Disney that's getting all the success.
Yeah.
And Oppenheimer came in at 46 million, dropped 43% this weekend. So this was pretty much on par with Barbie, the same drop. Still doing incredibly well, especially for the type of movie that it is, 3-hour period piece drama. It's made 174.5 million domestically, and it's made 405.6 million worldwide. So that's incredible numbers for Oppenheimer as well. I know Barbie overshadows it drastically, but that's still fantastic for that movie.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to end up being one of Christopher Nolan's most successful movies of all time. Going back to the Batman, the Dark Knight movies, I'm sure it's not going to make as much as the Dark Knight and the other Batman movies, but it'll be up there.
Yeah.
For sure. The Haunted Mansion made 24 million this weekend. So I don't know what the budget was on this one, but it's made 33.2 million worldwide. Doesn't feel like a bad start for that movie. That's kind of where I would have put it.
Yeah.
With Barbie being out there making as much as it is, it's you know, and it's not going to make as much off the family market because everybody's going to see Barbie right now.
Yeah, it's tough competition out there.
But I think that did pretty good, you know, I think. So hopefully it wasn't budgeted too high. We got The Sound of Freedom. This thing is chugging along. 12.8 million, 35% drop. It had the smallest drop of any movie this weekend.
Wow.
35% drop, 149.4 million domestically. And that's it, because this thing has no foreign box office. I don't guess they released it overseas or anything like that.
Okay.
Which again is incredible. Like I don't know. Everybody's going to see that this movie's got incredible word of mouth.
Yeah.
It's even got me wanting to see it just because it has so much buzz attached to it. But yeah, I mean, for what that movie is, and it's pretty much got the ground root support. There was no like hype promotion machine behind it or anything. It did incredibly well. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, 10.6 million, 45% drop this weekend, 139 million domestically, and 309.3 million worldwide. So
I'm starting to glaze over.
So a lot of, sorry. So for everybody that said that Mission Impossible is going to be fine.
They don't care.
Mission Impossible is going to be fine. It's going to make its money back. It is not.
Yeah.
This has to be seen. It's not a total failure. It's not a complete bomb like The Flash or something, but that is not good number. That is not what they wanted out of this movie. I'll just say that. So this has to be an extreme disappointment. And sure. I do want to call myself out real quick because I realized this. When we were talking about, you know, the whole thing with Tom Cruise being upset about the IMAX screens being taken away for Oppenheimer, and I said Mission Impossible is going to make so much more money than Oppenheimer. So I get why he's upset. And I think that Mission Impossible deserves some of those screens. I remember saying that. And I was completely dead wrong because Oppenheimer is destroying Mission Impossible right now.
Gotcha. So
I wanted to call myself out. And lastly, Talk to Me debuted at 10.4 million. And I think you brought up this story. So I'll go ahead and bring that up. It is the second biggest A24 box office debut ever.
Yeah, it's crazy. Do you know what the first one is?
Hereditary.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember when that came out and it debuted to 11.4 million.
Gotcha.
This movie's got incredible buzz. Everybody's saying great things about it, so it's no wonder it made good money. I think people are starved for good horror movies.
Are we though?
I feel like we are. We get a lot of horror movies, but we don't get a lot of really great horror movies. Get a lot of generic crap like The Exorcist, Believer, and we'll talk about another one here later. Yeah, I'm excited to see this one, so I'm glad it had a good weekend. I'm sure the budget on this was like $3 million or something. I'm sure it wasn't high at all. But yeah, very good weekend. It made a little bit of money overseas, but not too much. All right, let's go back here. And that's pretty much it. We got Indiana Jones. I had wrote down at number 7. That made $4 million this weekend, 40% drop, and 167 million domestically, 356 million worldwide. So this is another movie that's not going to make its money back either. So yeah, Tom and Harrison didn't do it this year.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.